Have you ever wondered why some gardeners harvest bowls overflowing with huge, juicy, incredibly sweet strawberries while others end up with small, sour berries that barely seem worth picking? The surprising truth is that the difference often isn't the variety, the weather, or even luck. More often than not, it comes down to one thing: feeding the plants correctly and using the right natural fertilizer at the right time. Many people assume strawberries don't need much care because they're relatively easy to grow. But strawberries are heavy feeders. Every flower, every berry, and every new leaf requires nutrients. Without enough of them, the plants simply can't reach their full potential. The good news: you don't need expensive commercial fertilizers or harsh chemicals to grow amazing strawberries. In fact, many experienced gardeners have discovered that natural fertilizers not only produce larger harvests but also improve the flavor, aroma, and overall health of the plants. Healthy soil creates healthy strawberries, and healthy strawberries reward you with sweeter fruit year after year. Today, we're going to explore the best natural fertilizer for bigger, sweeter strawberries, along with several powerful organic options that work together to build healthy soil and maximize your harvest. We'll also cover exactly when to apply them, how much to use, and the common mistakes that prevent many gardens from producing their best crop. If you love growing your own food and want healthier plants without relying on synthetic chemicals, stay with us until the end. Some of the most effective strawberry fertilizers are probably already sitting in your kitchen or compost pile. Let's start by understanding why strawberries have such unique nutritional needs. Unlike many vegetables, strawberry plants spend months building energy before producing fruit. During spring, they develop leaves that capture sunlight and create the sugars needed for berry production. As flowering begins, the plant shifts enormous amounts of energy into forming blossoms, then developing fruit. This process demands a balanced supply of nutrients. Nitrogen helps produce healthy green leaves, but too much nitrogen can become a serious problem. Excess nitrogen encourages lush foliage at the expense of flowers and fruit. That's why gardeners sometimes end up with beautiful green strawberry plants that produce disappointingly few berries. Phosphorus supports strong roots and flower development. Healthy roots allow the plant to absorb water and nutrients more efficiently, while phosphorus encourages more blossoms that eventually become fruit. Potassium is perhaps the most important nutrient during fruit production. It helps transport sugars throughout the plant, improves berry size, enhances sweetness, increases color, and even strengthens disease resistance. Calcium also plays an important role by supporting cell development inside the berries. Adequate calcium often leads to firmer fruit that stores better after harvest. Magnesium is another key nutrient because it's essential for chlorophyll production. Without enough magnesium, leaves lose their rich green color, reducing the plant's ability to produce energy through photosynthesis. But nutrients alone aren't enough. Healthy strawberry plants depend on living soil filled with beneficial bacteria, fungi, earthworms, and other microorganisms. These tiny organisms break down organic matter into forms that strawberry roots can absorb. They improve soil structure, increase moisture retention, and help protect roots from harmful diseases. This is one reason natural fertilizers often outperform synthetic products over time. Instead of simply feeding the plant, organic fertilizers feed the soil ecosystem. As the soil becomes healthier, the plants naturally become stronger, more productive, and more resilient. Another benefit is steady nutrient release. Chemical fertilizers usually provide a quick burst of nutrients that can encourage rapid growth followed by stress once those nutrients are depleted. Natural fertilizers release nutrients gradually as microbes break them down, providing a consistent supply throughout the growing season. This slow release effect reduces the risk of fertilizer burn and helps maintain steady growth. Now let's talk about sweetness, because that's what every strawberry grower wants. Many people believe sweetness depends entirely on the variety, but nutrition plays a surprisingly large role. When plants receive balanced nutrition, they photosynthesize more efficiently, producing more natural sugars. Potassium helps move those sugars into the developing berries. Healthy roots absorb water more effectively, preventing stress that can reduce sugar production. Good soil biology also improves the availability of micronutrients that contribute to fruit quality. Sunlight is still essential, of course. Strawberries generally need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. But even in perfect sunlight, poorly nourished plants rarely produce berries with exceptional sweetness. Water management matters as well. Consistent moisture allows nutrients to move through the soil into the roots. Plants that repeatedly dry out may struggle to absorb nutrients even when the soil contains plenty of them. On the other hand, constantly soggy soil deprives roots of oxygen, leading to weak growth and increased disease pressure. Mulching can help solve both problems by keeping the soil evenly moist, reducing temperature fluctuations, and slowly adding organic matter as natural mulches decompose. One mistake many gardeners make is assuming more fertilizer automatically means more berries. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Overfeeding strawberries can produce giant leaves, weak stems, fewer flowers, soft berries, and increased vulnerability to fungal diseases. The goal isn't maximum growth, it's balanced growth. Healthy leaves should support abundant flowers, which then develop into large, flavorful fruit. That's exactly why experienced gardeners rely on natural fertilizers. They provide nutrients in harmony with the plant's natural growth cycle instead of overwhelming it. Now that you understand why balanced nutrition is so important, it's time to answer the big question. What is the best natural fertilizer for strawberries? The answer might surprise you. There isn't just one miracle fertilizer. Instead, the most successful gardeners build a feeding system that combines several natural ingredients. Each one provides different nutrients, improves the soil in a unique way, and supports healthier plants throughout the growing season. Let's start with the one that many experienced growers consider the foundation of every productive strawberry bed. 1. Well-aged compost, the ultimate strawberry fertilizer. If you could choose only one natural fertilizer, well-aged compost would be the best choice. Compost contains a balanced mix of nutrients, organic matter, beneficial microorganisms, and trace minerals that strawberries need for healthy growth. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, compost doesn't force rapid growth. Instead, it slowly feeds the plants while improving the soil year after year. Healthy compost also increases the soil's ability to hold moisture without becoming waterlogged. This is especially important for strawberries because they have relatively shallow root systems that dry out quickly during warm weather. Another huge advantage is improved soil structure. Loose, crumbly soil allows roots to spread easily, absorb oxygen, and access nutrients more efficiently. Better roots mean healthier plants and larger berries. Apply about 1 to 2 inches of finished compost around the plants in early spring, keeping it slightly away from the crowns to prevent rot. Gently work it into the top inch of soil or simply allow rain and earthworms to carry nutrients downward naturally. Many gardeners notice stronger growth within just a few weeks. 2. Worm castings, nature's superfood for plants. If compost is the foundation, worm castings are the premium upgrade. Produced by earthworms digesting organic material, worm castings are packed with plant-available nutrients, beneficial microbes, enzymes, and natural growth stimulants. Unlike many fertilizers, worm castings are almost impossible to overuse. They release nutrients slowly and safely without burning delicate strawberry roots. Gardeners often notice several improvements after adding worm castings. Darker green leaves, more flower production, better root development, larger berries, improved disease resistance. Simply spread a thin layer around each plant in spring or lightly mix it into the soil before planting new strawberry beds. Many organic gardeners call worm castings black gold because of the remarkable improvements they produce. 3. Well-aged manure. Properly composted manure has been used in gardens for centuries. Cow manure, horse manure, and well-composted poultry manure all add valuable nutrients and organic matter. However, there's one very important rule. Never use fresh manure around strawberries. Fresh manure contains excessive nitrogen, harmful bacteria, and high levels of ammonia that can damage roots and encourage excessive leafy growth instead of fruit production. Always use manure that has composted for several months. Apply it during late fall or very early spring so nutrients have time to settle into the soil before heavy flowering begins. 4. Compost tea, liquid nutrition. Compost tea is one of the easiest natural fertilizers to make. Simply soak finished compost in water for 1 to 2 days, stirring occasionally. After straining the liquid, use it to water the base of your strawberry plants. This gentle liquid fertilizer delivers beneficial microorganisms directly into the soil while supplying small amounts of readily available nutrients. Many gardeners apply compost tea every 2 to 3 weeks during active growth. Because it's mild, it supports continuous healthy development without overstimulating the plants. 5. Fish emulsion. Fish emulsion is another favorite among experienced growers. Made from processed fish remains, it's rich in nitrogen, trace minerals, and amino acids. Early in spring, strawberries benefit from a small boost of nitrogen as they produce fresh leaves. Fish emulsion provides exactly that. However, timing is important. Once flowering begins, reduce or stop using fish emulsion. Too much nitrogen later in the season encourages leaf growth instead of berry production. Always dilute it according to the manufacturer's directions because concentrated fish fertilizer can be too strong. 6. Bone meal for strong roots. Bone meal is an excellent natural source of phosphorus. Phosphorus supports root growth, flower formation, and fruit development. When establishing a new strawberry patch, mixing bone meal into the planting area gives young plants an excellent start. Since phosphorus moves slowly through soil, bone meal continues feeding roots over a long period. Avoid adding excessive amounts, though. More phosphorus isn't always better. 7. Wood ash, a powerful source of potassium. If you burn untreated firewood, don't throw away the ashes. Wood ash contains valuable potassium and calcium, 2 nutrients that help strawberries produce sweeter, firmer fruit. Potassium improves sugar movement into developing berries while strengthening the plant's resistance to drought and disease. But use wood ash carefully. Because it's alkaline, applying too much can raise soil pH beyond what strawberries prefer. Strawberries grow best in slightly acidic soil with a pH between about 5 and 6. 8. A light dusting once or twice a year is usually enough. Never apply ash from charcoal briquettes, painted wood, pressure-treated lumber, or burned trash. 8. Banana peels, helpful, but not a miracle. You've probably seen videos claiming banana peels alone can double your strawberry harvest. The truth is more realistic. Banana peels do contain potassium and small amounts of phosphorus, but they break down slowly. Instead of burying large fresh peels directly around plants, chop them into small pieces and add them to your compost pile first. Once composted, their nutrients become much more available. Think of banana peels as one helpful ingredient in your compost, not a complete fertilizer by themselves. 9. Grass clippings and leaf mold. Natural mulch also feeds the soil. Chemical-free grass clippings and shredded autumn leaves gradually decompose, adding organic matter while helping conserve moisture. Leaf mold, created by allowing leaves to decompose for many months, is especially valuable. It improves soil structure, encourages beneficial fungi, and creates ideal growing conditions for strawberry roots. A 2-inch mulch layer also keeps berries cleaner by preventing soil from splashing onto the Fruit during rain. 10. Seaweed fertilizer. Seaweed is one of nature's richest sources of micronutrients. Although it doesn't provide large amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, it supplies dozens of trace minerals that support overall plant health. Seaweed extracts also contain natural compounds that help plants tolerate drought, heat, and transplant stress. Applying diluted seaweed fertilizer every few weeks during the growing season often results in stronger plants and improved berry quality. The key lesson from all these fertilizers is simple. No single product does everything. Compost builds healthy soil. Worm castings increase microbial activity. Bone meal strengthens roots. Wood ash supplies potassium. Fish emulsion jumpstarts spring growth. Seaweed delivers trace minerals. Together, these natural fertilizers create an environment where strawberries can thrive, without relying on synthetic chemicals. But knowing what to use is only half the equation. Applying even the best fertilizer at the wrong time can reduce flowering, encourage excessive leaf growth, or waste valuable nutrients. By now, you know exactly which natural fertilizers can transform your strawberry patch. But even the best fertilizer won't deliver incredible harvests if a few common gardening mistakes are holding your plants back. In fact, many gardeners unknowingly reduce their harvest by half, not because they're doing too little, but because they're doing the wrong things at the wrong time. Let's make sure that doesn't happen in your garden. Mistake number 1, overfeeding with nitrogen. One of the biggest mistakes is giving strawberries too much nitrogen. It's easy to understand why this happens. Gardeners see pale leaves and immediately add more fertilizer. The plants respond with lush green growth, so it seems like everything is working perfectly. But then harvest time arrives. Instead of large, sweet berries, the plants have produced an impressive jungle of leaves with very few flowers. Nitrogen is essential, but only in moderation. Strawberries need enough to build healthy foliage early in the season, then they need phosphorus and potassium to support flowering and fruit production. Whenever you notice vigorous leaf growth but poor berry production, excessive nitrogen is often the culprit. Mistake number 2, fertilizing at the wrong time. Timing matters just as much as the fertilizer itself. Early spring is the ideal time to feed strawberries because this is when they wake up from dormancy and begin producing new leaves. A second light feeding after the main harvest helps plants rebuild energy for next season. Avoid heavy fertilizing while berries are actively ripening. During this stage, the plant is focused on producing fruit, not growing new leaves. Feeding heavily during harvest often encourages unnecessary foliage instead of sweeter berries. Mistake number 3, forgetting about soil pH. Many gardeners focus entirely on fertilizer while ignoring soil acidity. Strawberries prefer slightly acidic soil with a pH between about 5 and 6, 8. If the soil becomes too alkaline, nutrients like iron and manganese become difficult for the plants to absorb even if those nutrients are present in abundance. The result is yellowing leaves, weak growth, and disappointing harvests. Testing your soil every few years is one of the smartest investments you can make. A simple soil test can reveal problems that fertilizer alone can never solve. Mistake number 4, watering incorrectly. Even the richest soil can't help a thirsty plant. Strawberries need consistent moisture, especially while flowers and berries are developing. Allowing the soil to dry completely between waterings stresses the plants and often results in smaller fruit. On the other hand, constantly soggy soil can suffocate roots and encourage fungal diseases. The goal is evenly moist soil, not muddy and not bone dry. Water deeply in the morning whenever possible. This allows excess moisture on the leaves to dry during the day, reducing disease problems. Mistake number 5, ignoring mulch. Mulch is often underestimated. Many people think mulch simply makes the garden look tidy. In reality, mulch works almost like a slow-release fertilizer while solving several problems at once. It helps conserve moisture, It suppresses weeds. It keeps berries clean. It protects shallow roots from heat. It reduces soil erosion. And as organic mulch breaks down, it gradually feeds the soil. Straw, shredded leaves, pine needles, or clean grass clippings all work well. This simple step alone can noticeably improve berry quality. Mistake number 6, leaving old leaves untouched. After harvest, many strawberry beds become crowded with old leaves, runners, and damaged stems. These older parts of the plant often become hiding places for insects and fungal diseases. Removing damaged foliage after harvest improves air circulation and encourages healthy, new growth. Always use clean pruning tools and avoid removing healthy young leaves unnecessarily. Healthy air circulation is one of the simplest ways to reduce disease without using chemicals. Mistake number 7, planting too closely. When strawberry plants become overcrowded, they compete for sunlight, water, and nutrients. Crowded plants also stay wetter after rain, creating perfect conditions for fungal diseases. If your strawberry patch has become dense after several seasons, consider thinning or dividing it. Giving each plant enough space often produces larger berries than simply adding more. Fertilizer. A simple organic feeding schedule. If you're wondering how all these natural fertilizers fit together, here's an easy routine that works for most home gardens. Early spring. Apply 1 to 2 inches of finished compost around the plants. Add a light layer of worm castings. Water thoroughly. Before flowering, apply diluted compost tea or seaweed extract every few weeks. Maintain even soil moisture. During fruit development, focus on watering consistently. Keep mulch in place. Avoid heavy nitrogen fertilizers. After harvest, remove damaged leaves. Apply another thin layer of compost. Feed lightly with worm castings or compost tea to help plants recover. Refresh mulch before summer heat arrives. Following this simple schedule provides nearly everything strawberry plants need while continuously improving the soil. The secret that experienced gardeners know. Here's something many beginners don't realize. The healthiest strawberry gardens usually become more productive every year, not because gardeners use stronger fertilizers, but because the soil keeps improving. Every season, compost adds organic matter. Earthworms multiply. Beneficial fungi spread. Microorganisms become more active. Roots penetrate deeper. Moisture retention improves. Nutrients become more available. The garden begins working with nature instead of against it. That's the real secret behind those incredible strawberry harvests you see in experienced gardeners' videos and magazines. They're not relying on miracle products. They're building living soil. Final thoughts. If you remember only one lesson from today's video, let it be this. Don't try to feed your strawberries. Feed your soil. Healthy soil grows healthy roots. Healthy roots produce strong plants. Strong plants create more flowers. More flowers become larger, sweeter, juicier strawberries. Start with rich compost. Add worm castings when possible. Use compost tea during the growing season. Provide potassium from natural sources when fruit begins to develop. Keep the soil consistently moist. Protect it with mulch. Avoid overfeeding with nitrogen. And above all, be patient. Organic gardening isn't about overnight results. It's about creating healthier soil season after season until your strawberry patch practically takes care of itself. Before long, you'll notice stronger plants, deeper green leaves, more blossoms, larger berries, and a flavor that's difficult to find in store-bought fruit. Imagine stepping into your garden on a warm summer morning, lifting the leaves, and finding clusters of bright red strawberries that are larger, sweeter, and more flavorful than ever before, all thanks to simple, natural methods. If you found these tips helpful, let us know in the comments which natural fertilizer has worked best for your strawberries. We'd love to hear about your experiences and favorite gardening techniques. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you Never miss more practical gardening tips to help your garden thrive naturally. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy gardening!